Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video we are going to go over some of my favorite places in Hong Kong. Because this is such a format, I will be visiting these places on very different days. And we're going to start with this spot. This is the West Kowloon Cultural District and I am at the what's called Competition Pavilion. I hope it's that name. If not, editing me on screen. Thank you very much. And I am here for the exact same photos I am last year, just with improved gear, improved posing, and an overall general improvement, or at least I hope so. I am going to be shooting this thing behind me first, this right here, and then moving downstairs with this one right over here. I'm going to wait for sunset, so hopefully the clouds don't roll in right before 5 or so, because I really do need that reflection. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go over some B-roll and then let's set up the shot with some sprinkled in POV with my brand new camera. Let's go. Alright, after quite a long setup process, here we have the first shot of this place. I'll just tell you this, there are some over there speaking really loudly with an event over there, so hopefully you can actually hear me over all the chaos. It is really bad, though I do think the noise cancelling on this mic and my proximity to it is going to save a lot of this. Luckily, it sounds that they are winding down, so at least there is that. Let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at around 5.0, I think, at 70mm. Mostly because I want to crop in rather than just zooming in at the very beginning. Because I don't know what I want in this photo. I might want a little bit, say the ceiling over there, or maybe I would not do it. I'm not quite sure, so I'd rather just zoom out a little bit and let the crop do the rest. Because this is an R5, I can just do whatever I want with it, so it mostly should be fine. Vertical composition, because I don't have the space to shoot horizontal, and plus a vertical shot looks a lot better. Hopefully it actually works out because I'm not quite sure about it. One more thing on top, by the way, I do have the POV camera on here, so I'll insert some POV scenes of me setting up a shot, complaining, and perhaps just fumbling around and see if that's funny enough for me to get some more views. Anyways, the flashes. One flash right here, one flash right over here. It's just producing a balanced enough lighting condition for the eyes. They look alright, however I'm a little concerned because the background is very overexposed. So right over there, it's really bad, and I don't know if I want to overexpose, I don't know if I want to balance, but if I do want to balance, I will have to stack, say, 4 or 5 layers just for that. I might leave it as is because I want to focus on what's in front. I want to focus on the scene instead of just having everything just perfect. You know what I mean. Anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I'd say it looks alright, especially compared to this one from last year. This was an impromptu shot. I just found this place and I thought to myself, yeah, it looks pretty good, I'll just try doing it. And here I am, a year later, doing the exact same shit over and over again. At least it's better though. Anyways, I have one more shot down there, so I better move my ass down there because it's a long one to set up and I have to make it before the sunset. I have approximately around an hour or so, so I do think it's quite enough. Let's roll. After a really long setup process, here we have the second shot of this place. And I will be honest with you, you really cannot see what the hell I was doing because of the limited space. As you can see, camera's right here, doors all the way over there, and I'm working with very limited space. There is really nothing I do about it, and honestly, I actually moved the door a little bit closer to myself, both because I really wanted to show you what I was doing, so I just moved everything closer. And as you can hear, there are a lot of children around, and I do not want to run the risk of them just slamming into the door. With me nearby, the risk doesn't really change, but I look really mad at them, so maybe that would help with things. So instead of just walking around Pocket 3 and you can't really see what I'm doing, I'll just use this, the Action 5, to give you a first-person view of what I am doing. Let's start. So, 7200 f2.8 at 135mm f5.6 with a vertical composition. So, the reason why I'm using that actually is, well, as you can see, there's a lot of light like that, but not a lot of light like this. So instead of having you to just look at the barriers like that, I'm just gonna compress a lot of things and see if I can just get that glorious lighting in frame. Now look at the tripod, look at this. It's very complicated and also very limited in space because, well, you can't exactly move around that much in here, isn't it? For the doll, let's move in front and hopefully Pocket 3 is still tracking me. It is, very good. As you can see, a lot of tripod, a lot of, what do you call that? Wire work with everything. Hopefully it looks all right, but I am not exactly very confident. The lighting is extremely complicated. As you can see, there's a lot of flaring in there, but that's how you get a really good photo. As for combating the flaring, I do have flashes, one over there and one right in front of the doll like this. It's sort of hidden away and hopefully it kind of fulfills the fill light of the entire position. Sometimes in this shot, I did try to use a fill light right in front of the doll's eyes to give it some light, but that didn't quite work out. So I would say, it's all about okay, it's not that good, but I tried, okay? Everything is just complicated and there are a lot of kids running around. Thank the Pocket 3 is still tracking me, but I think that's about it, so let's take a look at the shot. I would say it looks pretty alright compared to the one before that. And the one before that. There's a lot of shots of this place, I know, but this is one of my favorite places ever in Hong Kong. Well, one of my favorites, you know what I mean. Anyways, kids are running around, this light is fading, and I'm hungry. So it's about time we get the hell out of this place. Alright, that's about it for this place, and yes, although it is very good, it's also being combined into a really messy video that will have some inconsistencies here and there, so forgive me for that, there's not really much I can do about it. What you are about to see next, in the next section, is from a completely different video. It's an abandoned one. I really couldn't figure out how to do it, but I really did not want to put the footage to waste because it is one of my favorite spots in Hong Kong. It is very beautiful. However, that video was a complete disaster, so I decided, well, I'll just find some other video and shove that footage in there. So there might be some things off here and there, you know, I might be talking about some things that already have happened, but I am not a god. Boy, I wish I was, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I'll pass this off to me approximately, let me see, a month ago? Yeah, in Tai O in 3, 2, 1. Currently, I'm in Tai O, which is one of the more remote areas of Hong Kong. You might be wondering, what the f are you talking about? It's Hong Kong, how is there in a remote area? Well, it's not your typical remote, it's more of, it's so far away from the main city area that usually it's not worth coming here. And as you can hear by my tone, I am a little bit disappointed by today's weather. As you can see behind me, well, it's blue, but it's like a grayish blue and it's not exactly very good. But I do have a little bit more hope for the sunset today because I am going up to the highest point of this area, but that's for later. Anyways, I originally wanted to start with a photo along this road, but honestly, with how it looks right now, I don't really like it. The sun is very harsh, and if anything, too harsh to begin with. Like, look at that. Nah, bruh, nah. And I honestly wanted to do a maybe telephoto shot along this thing, and speak of the devil, the wind's rolling in. It's quite strong today with strong gusts, but it's occasionally not a usual thing, but honestly I'm not quite sure if I should do a photo or not, because with it being mediocre, you know how my attitude is with those photos. Anyways, I'll see if I can actually do a photo here, but if not, I am likely going to walk into the, well, this is actually a fishing village, a vintage, old, cranky one. It has its feelings, but not exactly very great either. But I'm gonna walk in there if I don't do the photo here, and maybe do some B-roll, and maybe see if I can do a photo inside there. Hope's not high. But anyway, let's get going. Here's the deal. I really couldn't find anything down there at the quote-unquote fishing village, and it wasn't very good, honestly, at all. I tried finding some calm positions, but everywhere that I might have the possibility of doing a photo, it was walled off, or it was someone else's home, so there was really nothing I could do about it. Realistically speaking, I really shouldn't be thinking about photos at the place just now, because my goal for this entire area has always been that I want to say mountain is a hill up there for the sunset, and that's just about it. So I think I'm just gonna head up there. It's gonna be a lot of suffering with this massive backpack on me. So let's go, shall we? Come on. I walked over from there from the beginning. Holy shit, I feel like dying. This bag, I know it's a new setup and all that, but good lord, taking this bag up, even such a tiny hill, is such a gargantuan task. I am just, I feel like dying. Honestly, I hope the photo later, or photos, at least I hope so, is worth all the suffering going up. Oh my god. Oh, the visibility is also really bad today. I'm not very confident. Let's keep going. After walking around, say, 30 minutes uphill, I have arrived at the best spot of the entire place. This is the only spot so far that I think I can do a photo, and yeah, this is it. And as you can see, my hair is absolutely ruined because of the absolutely horrible winds. But luckily, at least for doll photos, I am squatting on the ground like this. It's just inches off the ground, which no wind. Brilliant. However, I do want a second shot that involves the sunset, which has to be slightly over there. I'm a little bit concerned for that one because I do not think I can put the doll up, say, on these things. See that? There you go. Yep. And well, I don't think that photo is going to look very good because this one I intended to be maybe say around 70 or 100 millimeter for two dolls. That one's going to be just one because I'm under more time pressure, and also that's not going to be a very good photo, so I don't want to spend too much effort on that one. So I guess this is it. I'll see if I can set up here, maybe get my cap back on because my hair's ruined anyway and the sun is absolutely blazing. So yeah, a little bit of B-roll and let's set up the shot. Alright, here we have the first and very likely only shot for today. I have no guarantees that I can actually do the shot in front, the one that's technically speaking very sunset looking, because, well, I don't have enough time and it doesn't really look that good aside from this one. I'll skip over all the rambling because I'll leave that for later. Today's video is horrible, I know that, shut up. So let's take a look at what I'm using. For your information, I have moved everything slightly to the front because I do not want to be talking 2 steps backward. You can't actually see me, and the Pocket 3 is on 20mm, you won't see anything. Anyways, 7200 f2.8 at 70mm. I wanted to use 50, but I don't have that. What a bummer. But 70 works as well. Actually, I wanted to try 100, but it looked a little bit too telephoto, so I kind of left that in the room. Anyways, f4.5, I tried different apertures. I tried f8, that looked too clear. I tried f4, that looked too much. I think 4.5, 5.0 is around a good compromise, so I'll leave that as is. The background is kind of separated, but also implemented into the shot, despite being at 70mm, so I think it blends pretty well. Horizontal composition, that's bullshit, because I want my wallpapers and there's 2 dolls in the scene, so I don't really think there's another choice, so whatever, don't care. No lights on top of the camera because at this kind of range, with this kind of sun, it would not matter. You need flashes. So these 2 things, again, are at almost full output. They're basically working overtime and I'm really afraid they will overheat. The recharge time is absolutely horrible with AA batteries, but I can burn them and then change the new ones in and not care about it. So I would rather have this. Though waiting for them to do the stacking shot kind of irritates me just that little bit more. So I only have 1 tripod on the doll because who cares about a second one, and I need the second tripod for my camera. So I will have to do a lot of Photoshop for that specific one over there because that's just a stand, and I'm a little bit afraid that that one might cause a little bit of shadow problems later on while editing. But this is the best I can do, and there is really nothing else I can pull out of my ass to save the scene. Anyways, I really do hope this shot is really good because I spent an entire day coming here just for this one. Anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I have no idea how it looks, and I hope editing me stacked that pretty well and made it look pretty colorful, because I remember I came here a long time ago. Early 2020, I think, a photo up here for reference. That was actually a pretty good photo, but I could not replicate the success of that one ever since. Even with my previous attempt with this place in mid-2023, I think, that one was very good, and I was basically pan-frying my ass in the middle of the summer, coming up here, suffering with a friend. I think this also constitutes as suffering, but anyways, I think I should just, yeah, move on. I don't know if I can do the second one, so whatever it is, next shot, outro, editing me, move on. Hello, hopefully the last section wasn't too out of place because I really had to find a place or a video to shove that in because, well, nothing quite worked and I really didn't want to film anything after that, so here you go. That was truly one of my favorite places in Hong Kong, though it is absolutely horribly far. And also, it's kind of not so great during most times of year, unless you get the sun at the right angle. Anyways, I am at one of the very last and my most favorite spot in Hong Kong. Those of you who have watched the video last year, this one right here, will know this as the airport maintenance area or the end of runway 16 left or 25 left. I'm not too sure about the headings or whatever, but I think you can hear the plane taking off in the background. Anyways, I have 2 photos here, one right under the takeoff runway and the second one is a sunset shot. Hopefully these 2 work out because I deliberately chose a Sunday to come here because I knew there wouldn't be too many people. And at the same time, there would be a lot less of those massive trucks that gave me a massive headache last time. Hopefully everything goes right, and this is going to be the very last spot I do for the series in Hong Kong, so hopefully it goes okay. I do want a very good photo, and I am prepared for most of everything that happens. Anyways, let's do some B-roll and set up the shot. after a bit of walking, here we are at the spot, basically, the end of the runway. There is an obligatory Boeing joke here, but I don't think I've scoofed that low, at least not yet. Anyways, when I was walking here, I did notice a few big trucks, but at least not as numerous as last time. I'll give you a look. So the cars are running around that speed. Not great. Oh, there's one more truck. I'll just show you what happens when the truck runs by. So, as you can see right there, see that? Yeah, come on, run past, run past, run past. So, yeah, around that speed. It's not too bad, the wind is okay. At least there's no crosswind right here, so I can at least set up without too much concern. So, my only problem would be when I'm stacking. There might be a little bit of left and right, but I assume you've watched the stacking video, so hopefully that is. Anyways, I'm just stalling right now because I really want a plane to take off in the video here. But anyways, I am going to shoot here with a 20 or 24mm. I've already counted this place out twice, you know, last year and last year. It's a really good spot, and I really want to do a duo photo here as a send-off to my long journey here in Hong Kong for so many months before I eventually go back to hell, which is Sydney. Anyways, I am going to do some B-roll. If not, I am likely just going to set up right here. I'll see what I can do with a lot of stacking, a lot of stuff. If you haven't watched the stacking video, watch it. It's right here. It's also really tedious to make, so hopefully you liked it. Anyways, I am likely going to set up here as soon as possible because I really want another sunset shot. As you can see right behind me, I don't have too much time. But anyways, without further ado, let's set up. This setup took me almost an hour, and just right in time there is a big truck coming by, and I will demonstrate my point now why this is absolutely horrible. You see that? Not just the fact that it's scary, all the hair, everything here, the stacking stuff, all gone. Despite the fact that it is not exactly very windy today. So I will have to time this very perfectly. So when I take this out, when I take everything out, I will have to shoot the shot as soon as possible, because under these kind of conditions, I do feel like even the camera itself will have a little bit of movement with that, what do you call that, vibration, shaking of those massive trucks, so it's not exactly great. Anyways, this took me very long time because the posing, everything was just a little bit off. And also I had to figure out the lighting, because you can't exactly use flashes here right under the runway, because I do not want to get in trouble with the FAA or whatever flight authority it is in Hong Kong. So I'm just gonna do my best with stacking and maybe sneakily use a light very quickly, but you didn't hear it from me. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 15-35 at 20mm f4.0, or actually, let me just check, that says f4.0, because I thought of using 5.6, but everything in the background was a little bit too clear. And at 20mm, you do need a little bit of a larger aperture. Thank God at f4.0, both dolls, the faces are still clearly visible and in focus, so I don't think that is that much of an issue. Horizontal composition, as always, I'll likely crop in a little bit and Photoshop a plane right behind them. So a little bit later, I will have to perhaps, I don't know, porch around there, or maybe the other side, to hunt for a plane that's suitable. Ideally, I'd want a 747 or A380, which has 4 engines, but I don't think there is one, because I've sat here for an hour and, oh, speak of the devil, holy shit, that's a 747. So yeah, that thing's flying right over me right now, you can hear that? I need one of those. Oh my God, this is so loud. Hopefully you didn't go deaf because of that. I am having headphones on because I do not want to go anywhere near those engines. They are so loud, so hopefully I get one more of those a bit later, at least in an hour, because I will be porching over there, maybe say 10 minutes walk from here, for a sunset shot. So without further ado, let's get the shot done with and pack up at least half my stuff and go over there. Let's take a look. And that's the shot I have wanted for so long. Hopefully it looks all right. I do think the lighting's a bit cutting it, but at the same time, there is honestly not much I can do. I don't even dare pull out the diffuser because that might be a little bit too much, and I don't think those guys in these cars, you see that one, will like it very much, seeing as, you know, it's right under a runway and I'm pulling out a thing that big that looks like a white dish and might cause a little bit of trouble landing, because I do not want another Boeing situation, okay? And I don't want it to be caused by some dolls. Anyways, enough of my rambling and let's get to the next shot. Okay, so I've walked a little bit over here. It's just like 5 minutes over, and this is the spot I would likely shoot the sunset at. It's a little bit off-ball angle, so I wanted it along this road, but unfortunately it's this way. So it's around 15 to 20 degrees off, but I'm not too arsed about it because, well, I treat this as a bonus and the one just now as the main shot for this place. Anyways, there is still quite a bit of time before. Actually, not that much, but you know what I mean. I'm going to try and see if I can find a 747 taking off at this angle and also shoot that to put into the photo just now. If I can't, I always can rely on the stuff I took last year, but at the same time, I want a new one and I want an improved version of it, so hopefully I get a brand spanking new 747 photo that's not a freighter, because the one last year was a freighter. And why aren't any taking off? Is that 747? No, it looks like A330. That's a small plane. Nope. I want a big one with 4 engines. I do not care what it is. I would likely try and at least hopefully shoot it with 100mm like this, you know, like that. Hopefully it works out. So I will try and set up at the same time, get that photo. So hopefully it goes all right for me. Anyways, without further ado, let's start everything, including setup and whatever. Let's go. Okay, I know it's not on tracking right now, but I don't really want to pause the recording, and there is a 747 on the ramp. Singapore Airlines SQ893. So that's the A330 taking off, and right behind it, lined up, is the 747. So I really do want to get that photo. Let's try 100mm and R5 on burst shot. All right. I'll be relying on ER5. I do think I see the 747 right at the edge of the runway taking off, I think. Lining up after the ramp, I think it's right there. I think it's that one, yeah. Not quite sure, actually. Hopefully I do get a shot, but you're gonna see the final results in the photo just now, so kind of mixes up the timeline, but you, whatever. Okay, hopefully this goes all right, and where is that plane? Come on, take off, take off, take off. Yup, it's speeding up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, R5, I'm relying on you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. Oh, that's a big boy. Come on, Queen of the Skies. Pull up. You're an old girl, Boeing, but I know you can do it. All right, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. It's taking its time. Nose up, authority. Rotate. And that is very good. Let's try 135 with this one. And R5, it's time for you to shine. I think I got it. As long as I have a side profile, then we are good. I got both a side profile and a 45-degree profile, which is perfect. I think I can just reverse the photo because I shot at that direction. You know what I mean, come on. And I think that's the shot. So I'll focus on preparing this for now. So let's revert back to normal shot mode, and here we go. Back to the setup. Alright, this setup took way too long, and honestly, I'm kind of not exactly very happy with this shot. Not just because all of these cunts are just running around with their loudest cars, causing absolute chaos with hair. It's also really, really windy, and also kind of a bad situation here because the sun is not exactly in the right direction and everything is kind of off more, and there's a really loud plane. Hopefully you can actually hear me. So overall, what I'm saying is it's not exactly a very good shot. However, the fact that I'm here and I've got the thing half opened up, whatever, I'm gonna do the shot anyway. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 15 to 35 at around 28mm. I wanted to use 35, but I felt like a wide angle would be better. Another one of those cinematic crops. Hopefully I'll crop top and bottom just a little bit and make it look fancy, filmic even. I think you know exactly what I mean, and I think you can hear exactly what I'm talking about when I say all these cunts are running their cars. I guess it's a Sunday, so can't avoid that. I thought I could avoid a lot of these cars with, yeah, it's not exactly that great. Anyways, horizontal composition, I did try vertical, but I will see which one's better because I am not arsed to move this out of the way and take a lot of these stacking shots. I'll just use AI and clone out the bloody tripod and that's it, because this one is actually surprisingly easy to do because looking at the back of the screen, I do think I can just use AI and be done with it. Hopefully it looks all right and I can actually choose between the horizontal and vertical and not have to worry too much about it. Anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I don't know how it looks, and I'll just leave that up to editing me. Just type whatever you think on the screen, and we're done with this one. I think I'll just pull this back in because it's getting really windy, the hair is all over the place, it's really messy, and I do think I have to reorganize this whole wig when I get back home. So let's just roll the outro. I'm just so tired at this point. And that's it. I guess this is not exactly that good of a video, and also a pretty bad place to be filming an outro because all of these cunts are just having their cars around. Yeah, fancy ones, but they're really, really loud. Anyways, I don't think this is really that good of a video because, well, I had to cobble a lot of things together. And this was filmed, I think, across January and February, which is not exactly that great because things don't exactly line up. But at the same time, I really did want to just do a video focusing on what Hong Kong has to offer as a city, and this is the best and my personal favorites. Hopefully you liked it, and hopefully you liked traveling along with me to Japan, to Taiwan, along Shenzhen, and around Hong Kong for these 6 months. I have been away from Sydney for a long, long time. And in the next video, I will be back there, which, no, I don't exactly like it. However, there are good news and bad news. Good news is, well, I will be expected to only be there for around 3 months or so, which means that it's not that bad, I guess. And also, I haven't seen my friends back in Sydney for a long, long time. And I look forward to going out with them for more photos. Back in Sydney, all those shenanigans, you know what I mean. Anyways, bad news is, you know, Sydney, and not exactly the best for anything, per se. And even more so since I've, you know, left Sydney for 6 months and not exactly very used to what it is back there. It's really loud here, isn't it? And I picked a really bad place to film an outro. But it is indeed poetic that I am filming this very last video in Hong Kong right beside the airport. So, you know, plane's right behind me. I can just take that and fly off. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage content. This is the end of the Hong Kong Asia travel series. And next time, we'll be back in Sydney. So if you want to see more of that, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about my travels in the last few months. I will see you next week and next time back in Sydney. Lemon out.